Oh.
I know why famous people don't wear sweaters. Yeah. Whoa, we got a...
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular village board meeting, March 16th, 2021. If you please rise for the pledge.
God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'd like to note for the people on the internet, so that should fix the choppiness and the streaming issues that we've had. So just bear with us one more week, hopefully, and we'll have that fixed. All right, I see we've got a few people here tonight, and I know what you folks want. How can we help you tonight? Yep, come on.
All right. My name is Belinda Zigrest, and I live over on Van Buren Avenue. And we talked about that we were going to fix it, and there was going to be a solution, and it did happen again. The DPW monitored the situation throughout the day. Regardless, my basement still flooded. The fire department was wonderful yet again and pumped out my basement for me. And that it was going to happen within about 2 weeks. Or you all hoped it would happen within about 2 weeks. I spoke to you, Mr. Mayor, about the second week of January, challenge getting a technician out, as well as another piece of equipment needed apart. Fast forward to about 2 weeks ago, and the work has began. I was pulled out of the backyard at 49, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of anybody since then. Which is where the crux of the problem exists. I'm saying April showers brings May flowers. Well, however, this time I'm going to say April showers could bring April in upstate New York, and March nor'easters are not unheard of. So the situation, particularly for my basement, we're planning on following through. But if that should happen, if that can't happen before it rains, cats and dogs, or whatever the case may be, my basement's going to flood again. The streets, even if I do get that solution in my basement taken care of, which would be great, because that means warmer weather's here, I'm still going to end up with debris on my front yard because water up and underneath them. So my question is, why has the work stopped, and when is it going to start?
All right, I'll give you a little recap, and then Henry can fill in any details. And found the source of the problem, which was a mass of roots in the old line. They were eliminated, correct? The pipe was run on which parcel, Henry? Excavations, because a lot of this was, we had planned for X, but when we got the ground open and got that initial line in, it wasn't necessary. The problem part, in the 90s, the pipe is installed, it just didn't come all the way up, because that wasn't the bad part where it was causing the flooding.
The 90s are at 50 and 52, according to the...
That's where the first 90 was. There's no 90s in Mrs. Kenyon Drive.
Yeah, it's a straight shot right through there, and that part's free of debris.
And what about the...
With that,
And just to also let you know, with further investigation, the pipe is not even on her property. It's
communicated, like, why hasn't anything been communicated? Because we're all sitting here waiting, thinking that there's something going on. We want to know, like...
the use of a lawyer, which forces the village to...
That's not employing a lawyer to represent her.
I don't feel right discussing her case without her present, but suffice it to say that, talk about that.
Well, there's still me.
Yeah, I mean, if you had any
How
questions,
come-
you can get a hold of me at any time, and I would absolutely...
But I shouldn't have to contact you if the man here and ask. Why wasn't it communicated to me? Why do I have to come to you when it directly involves me, clearly? It directly involves my property. I was told that this was yard, thereby disconnecting the pipe that causes the problem in my basement.
Yeah, and I'll take
Why wasn't it communicated to me?
It was literally settled, the situation. I apologize for that, but that's when it was determined that the situation been resolved without having to tear up all the rest of the line. And it left the trees alone, DPW, but we didn't know this was, I don't know how do want to say, it wasn't officially rectified until 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon.
That's one, the project as of right now, is completed except for going back in and cleaning up 30 yards. And we will be televising the rest of that line, just rectified, determine where the rest of that pipe was and everything today. So I gotta make a phone call, find out what the hell we got.
Okay, I mean, and put some more cement over it. There's still the potential there. I mean, I know cement's pretty decent, but the fact that I was told that this line was gonna be torn out, thereby,
The pipe that comes out of your residence is just like a water and sewer. That is up to the homeowner to take care of, like I discussed. But we can't.
I didn't put it in there. It was put in eons ago. And because you all said that you were gonna tear this pipe out, here I am expecting for you to tear the pipe out that causes the.
Well, any pipes coming from the house would have been developer. We don't, the village doesn't do that. But we were able to fix the problem without, and we would have let you know, obviously, like I said, but like I said, it was just a few hours ago that we determined that.
The original plan, the solution was going to be taken care of. The pipe was going to be disconnected because a new one was going to be laid. So I wouldn't have planned to budget for it. I was told one thing. Yes, I know, I understand that that has just recently changed, but
No, but it sounds like the problem has been solved in a different manner. True? Is that what we're saying? We took the 90s out, the pipe is clear, so it should flow.
we're not going to.
Do it, you still could have, we have flooding everywhere in the village. So I'm not gonna say that.
You all said that there was 2 places that you had this flooding problem, and you fixed one of them, and I was the last one.
That's been rectified. There's other places that flood. You're not, believe me, you're not the only place in the village that floods.
You know, to the best of our knowledge, you know, we really, truly, you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, well, who is next?
Well, I have a happier note here. Birthday came up this year. He said, gee, what could I do to give back to my community? So what he did was, instead of presents, he got $250 street for our veterans. So Charlie, I think you're watching at home, and we'd all like to thank you for your donation to us. And if anybody else would like to do it, thank you. And we have 2 other people here. Wanda Whitney, who is the president.
And I have 2 granddaughters. One was 9 and one was 10. When they decided this past summer, during the summer, unfortunately, they can't be here to present, but they collected a total of 100. They did not want to keep the money for themselves. I had told them that they could keep it for themselves, and they decided that they had done. My father, who was their great-grandfather, was in World War II. My husband was in the Army in the 1990s. So even though they don't know their uncle, our veterans are to us. So I'd like to present $165 to our veterans.
Thank them, Wanda.
Thank you, Wanda.
Wanda, I also have something for the girls.
Oh, yes.
They are adorable.
You know, recognize them like they should be.
Their mother's very protective of them. I wanted them to come to them, but
I think we'll be good.
Would like to fill us in on some events coming up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing?
Good.
Long time no see. Coming out of hibernation.
Nice.
Kind of like a bear.
It's a great day in America. So thank you very much. This is fantastic. I got a couple things to talk about today. First and foremost is our Easter drive-thru from 11 a.m. to noon, and then ages 9 through 12, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. If you have two children of different age groups, we've actually added 60 more banners to the boulevard throughout the town. So in a year when a lot of organizations have failed, we're very proud of. So getting back to the Easter Drive-Thru event, we're going to have an Easter basket for each child. The Easter Bunny will be there. We've also invested into decoration. We're going to have the Ravena Fire Company involved a little bit. We're going to have decorations all around the post. They're going to drive down. They're going to drive through. They're going to get their basket. They're going to get back up Whitbeck Road. We will give out, right now we have approximately 220 baskets that we got to create this Saturday. National Bank of Coxsackie, and there's a lot more. We have actually Feliciano's is creating 20 baskets for us, going to deliver them. So a monetary donation or donation of baskets, get it over with, and then next year we'll be right back in the fight, bigger and better than this year or any year before. So that's where we're at with the Easter Drive, how it's going to be presented to the public and stuff. So we're really looking forward to it. I know Christine Snyder and Chris Parker have done a tremendous amount of work on this, so kudos to stuff full of Easter grass and baskets and Easter bunnies and inflate. It's crazy down there. Can't even get in the building. Can't even get in the building.
Easterland.
Yeah. The hamlet, the village, and we're going into Hollow this year, pretty much right in front of the fire company down that stretch there. And like I said before, I know there's more veterans. So as far as that's all going good. I just got the shipment in. I got to inventory them and whatnot, and then I'm going to have to get with you about putting them up for the village and town of in the design stage, if you will. I think we're looking towards doing it on the Memorial Day weekend, Memorial Boulevard, deserve to have their veterans honored. So we're going to do that, and just looking forward to getting back to normal, running and doing the right thing, and God and country.
Do you need barricades or cones for that April 3rd?
No, I've already reached out to the Queens Police. They're going to have come up. We're going to have a tent where all the baskets are going to be. The Easter Bunny's going to be there. Give out the baskets to the children, and then move on out. So we do not need anything.
Have all the volunteers you need?
We are looking. Well, we're going to find out Saturday morning for sure.
I'll be there.
10 to 15, setting up the decorations so we can get an idea of what we have, what we need, or where everything goes.
So you'll let us know if you need any help in that?
Well, you can show up for sure.
Would like to make a donation, what should they do?
Okay, a donation, a monetary donation or a basket donation, either or. If they want to create baskets, build baskets on Facebook, let me know what you're thinking, and I can come pick them up, or I can open up the post. All these baskets, we need them by Saturday. If you're quarantined, isolated. It's
Do
just
you want
me,
us to post that information about baskets on our site, our Facebook or anything?
Yeah,
Can we do
sure,
something like
sure
that?
you could. Just, we can't do it this year,
Yeah.
next year. So a basket donation or a monetary donation, or come down and give us a hand on Saturday. It all works towards the old.
Thank you.
All right.
Good to see you, Charles.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
listen, I'm a grizzly bear. I hibernate in the winter. All right, and I come out now. I'm a little ornery right now.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you Saturday.
Okay, we've got a addendum to the employee handbook that we need to sign. And that is, no village employee is permitted to speak with the media, TV, radio, newspaper, bloggers, etc., without prior approval from the mayor, and no employee at any
I'll second that.
Yes.
Henry, Susie's going to, instead of doing a whole new booklet for everybody,
Just a page.
she's going to give you the page.
March 2nd, 2021 regular meeting.
Yeah, I second that.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
All right, I also have a laundry list of transfers from Susan, those. Stuff to make the budget whole.
You making the motion?
Make a motion, we accept those.
I'll second that.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
And I also have the January in the minutes also. Okay. We have the village pub to do. by the state. And obviously, this was precipitated by the tend to do in case of contagious emergency like that. And we have done the staggered shifts and the proper PPE and the extra training.
We just gotta make sure we send it to the state somehow.
Okay,
We
Susan?
definitely know where we're gonna send it, but we're gonna
Yes.
send it to the state.
That's a submission part.
I'll second that we,
All right. And with an incredible amount of help from Susan King, we have the tentative, checking them out, tell me what you think, get some input back. Sue is available, right, if anybody wants to
Any questions?
take a look at it, see what we're doing as far as cutting too much. So we'll take a look at that, and it's available for anyone to review.
do you know have a date for our public hearing? For that budget would be the third Tuesday of April.
Yeah, we got like a month.
I'm posting it in the paper and I'll put it online.
Okay.
I believe it's
Our website, if they would like to attend.
And the final assessment role is
Whoa.
Sue has
What
completed
kind
that.
of, yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Where is it?
So anyway, Sue has completed that, and it is. The credit cards,
Susie.
Sue's been working on that also, she's been a busy girl.
Damn.
And which should make things a little bit
I
easier
just paid my,
for a whole lot of people. It does away with the need for in-person. And I don't know, is there anything you wanted to add with that?
there is a fee of either $1.95 or 2.45% attached to whatever is the highest rate. So they will be charged, we don't keep any of that.
So that'll be up and running for June.
Yes, it will be up and definitely running for, property taxes.
okay, great.
Excellent, nice job. So I motion we,
I'll
Second
second that. Somebody second, yes.
I'll sign it.
Okay.
Rebel.
Not a problem with
Living on the edge.
that.
Oh, yeah, you're.
Oh, this is an important one. So, we had, we conducted interviews for a new utility worker. And in the end, one guy just stood above the rest with the qualifications. So, I would motion 2021 at the rate of $23.14 an hour, 1-year probation until full rate. Do I have a second?
I'll
Linda?
second that. Very good candidates.
But we're going to keep the applications on file so
Yes.
that if within the next 6 or 9 months, if we happen to have another, to fill another position.
I think that would be a good idea.
Yep, and you've got one more week. If you have, participate a little bit in the community, and it's a good way to get your finger on the pulse of things and see what's going on. There is, from what I hear, in the next few
good.
months, a lot of things going on, so now's a great time. You won't be bored, that's for sure. So, if you have any interest at all, please.
Normally no, but if you're a new homeowner, someone new to the village, it's very interesting how it works, and it's interesting to see what's going on. We'll be having our annual village yard sale days coming up, June 5th. Everybody's been home all winter, so I'm assuming you've all cleaned out your home. Of course, masks, I would, wear a mask. If that's something that scares you, don't do it. But if it's something you're really looking forward to, I think it'd be great. This should be a space for them if they want to put a table up, no charge, maybe over here at the village office. So it'd be like the churches, VFW. Nice, start off the summer with a little yard sale and people going around and finally getting to talk to people again. And if anybody wants any more,
Open up and have a little mini open house.
oh yeah, I think that'd be great. We have a few pizza places on Main Street, some places they have steak and cheese, which is delicious.
Florist, anybody in the
Florist.
plaza who might want to just open their doors that day and have a
Participate.
little mini
Yeah,
open house and
Good.
have maybe a special or so.
even some of the hairdressers, you know, if they want to,
Opportunity to market your business
right,
to the locals.
locals, yep.
What's the date again, June?
June 5th, it's the first Saturday in June.
And it's usually 9, drive by, that they're welcome to come to the village that day. And we ask everybody to follow, you know, any COVID protocols at your home when you have people outside visiting.
Wait, and stuff if you touched anything.
Also, June just reminds me of the date, June 6th, I just got the letter that the RC Sportsman's Club is going to our arms, so that's a great time, that's for every,
That's nice.
every kid under the age of 18 in the community.
At the sewer
It's
plant?
like-
They do it down at the water treatment facility, yeah. I believe it's, registration starts at 8:30, but you can check the RC Sportsman's Club Facebook page and the website for betterment if you wanted to.
And Joe, you said the Ag Fest is also that.
Ag Fest is
On
that
June
day, the
5th?
Belmont is that day, although I don't know if that's the same. They
Oh,
changed
Ag
it. But check out the yard sale, and then go to the Ag Fest, and
So it'd be a great
then
weekend.
go to the, and do the fishing derby. So it
Yeah.
will be a good weekend, then bet the Belmont.
Then the Belmont, yep.
That time of year again,
Woo-hoo.
just like with the little Easter chickens, we
Yeah.
got little Easter ducks. Please, people, for the love of God, and Woodlawn, they are a nuisance that you are not doing them any favors by feeding them. You're making them dependent. You are introducing, actually, you know, the cute little fuzzy baby ducks, I get it. You're feeding them bread, you're feeding them bird seed and grain, you're killing them, is what you're doing. And you might not see it right away. The food that's not designed for a wild duck will not metabolize in their system, and it causes a lot of problems. So we're just asking, want to run around barefoot, and they can't because it's quite nasty when you get these giant flocks of rogue mallards terrorizing the neighborhood. I think that's how you pronounce that word.
No?
Yeah, something like
Exas-
that. I'm on meds.
Exacerbate.
Don't make the situation worse, you know, that's all we're asking.
We approve payment for abstract 10-2-21 for vouchers 10-33 to 10-81.
All right.
You can talk about the Friendship Festival.
You know, I'll mention it briefly. Yeah,
Okay.
the festival, Friendship Festival is still a go in the coming weeks. But the committee has met, and we will be setting another date after my meeting that I have next week. And issues, she has a really, really good plan that we adopted for, to keep this thing safe and responsible and do it properly. Fireworks, stuff like that in the coming days, so.
Looking forward to it.
yeah,
me too.
nothing
It will
really-
rival the New York State Fair, I've heard.
Oh, really?
That's-
Really?
Well, that's
That's
good.
butter sculptures and beer, music, not
Oh, gosh,
necessarily in that order.
Don't say beer. People will start.
Henry said it's-
As we know, we're coming into my season, park, pool, and streets. Been doing streets for a while, but the park and the pool are now something we need to consider, and we're very hopeful. Which brings me to my statement of getting the lifeguards out there to come and put in their applications. You can find the applications on, so that will be included with your applications. If that is not something that you've done now, consider to do it before the jobs start this summer. We're asking that all of our post it again on our Facebook and our website. So again, start thinking about it, update your certifications, and get your applications in.
Baby?
Chokes to death over it. I'm gonna give her the Heimlich. Good night, everyone.